this running back group has all the potential in the world to just go out there and absolute ball. We're going to discuss it next. Let's cue the intro.
The city of the dream team, Hakeem, Turing, Beyonce, yeah, me. And I remember hot summer, hot winter. I couldn't fight, so the block made a hot spin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I'm your host, Ruben Calvillo. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, guys. Thank y'all so much for liking, for commenting. You know, I pride myself on this because I try to give you guys the best Texans content out there. I'm not too hard. I'm not too high. I try to give you unbiased opinions, and thank y'all so much. I really do love you guys. And now it's the ladder. Now it's the climb to 2,000. But let's get on to the video. So these running backs, like I said, they had the potential to be very surprising. And let's start with the guy that we traded DeAndre Hopkins for. And I hate to say that term, but that's just how it happened. And if you're still mad at David Johnson, if you hate the guy, then that's simply because you haven't got over the fact that we traded Hop. You know, David Johnson's case is interesting because he had a horrible line at Arizona. He was banged up in Arizona, and he wasn't able to produce. And for those of you who are just commenting right now saying, well, Kenyon Drake did it, I agree, Kenyon Drake did it good, but the Arizona Cardinals gave up on David Johnson. Cliff Kingsbury gave up on David Johnson. And one of the many things that David Johnson said in his interview with the Houston Texans on Zoom is that billobrien believes in me. Billobrien wants me here. I want to be here. And when you have that, when you feel wanted, you want to play your absolute hardest for that coach no matter what. Am I saying David Johnson's going to be the MVP he was a couple years ago? I don't know. And that's the beauty of it, because he could easily come out here and just absolute ball out. What David Johnson does for the Houston Texans team is you don't know what's going to happen, because he's on the field. He's going to either run it or you could throw it to him. The thing about Carlos Hyde is you knew Carlos Hyde was going to run the ball as soon as he touched the field. That eliminates now David Johnson. David Johnson is probably one of the best receiving running backs in the NFL. One of the best, not the best, one of the best. He could run routes. He can make the contested catches. And with this new offense that we're running, the Houston Texans, with these fast wide receivers, the defenses are going to try to play prevent and try to keep everything in front of them. And when you have that, David Johnson is going to feast. He's going to absolutely tear it up. The only thing about David Johnson is, can he stay healthy? That's the thing. If he stays healthy and you get a full 16 games with David Johnson, this running back, tandem will be absolutely fantastic. David Johnson changes things, man. He could run over you. He still has the speed. He could make, contested catches. Like I said, he's one of the best running backs who could catch the ball out of the backfield. You could split him out wide, and he is still a threat, in the receiving game. I love that we traded for him. I'm not happy that we gave up Hop, but I'm very excited for what David Johnson can do. Now let's talk about the other Johnson, and that's Duke Johnson. And Duke Johnson, I'm going to be honest with y'all, was not used the correct way last season. We saw more screens with DeAndre Hopkins. Then we saw more screens with Duke Johnson, and that shouldn't happen like that. Hopefully Tim Kelly, can, changes it up. But Duke Johnson should get almost 50 catches this season alongside, I'm not saying 50 catches, but he should be up there in catches. He's one of the best, also one of the best receiving running backs in the NFL. Let me close my door. He can make people miss. He can run over you. David Johnson is a threat. And then can you imagine the type of defense, that's going to be played when you have David Johnson and Duke Johnson on the field? It's going to be very hard to know what you're going to do. And that's what I like, is that these two running backs who could bring speed, who could bring power, and who could catch out the backfield, they bring unpredictability. You don't know what's going to happen, and all you got to do is hope and pray that none of them catches the ball. You could just go all out and have your wide receivers go out deep and have Duke or David just run a little out route, a little flare, and see what happens. I'm excited for these two running backs, David and Duke. I don't know, how much the carry is going to be split, but I do want to see more Duke Johnson on the Houston Texans field, because when he was there, he was able to bounce it to the outside. He was able to get the first down. He was able to get people missed. I would have rather him start over Carlos Hyde, because, the type of quarterback that Deshaun Watson is, who's able to escape and then find somebody, that's that I wanted that's why I wanted Duke Johnson to be more on the field than Carlos Hyde. Speaking of Carlos Hyde, congratulations for signing with the Seattle Seahawks. Now moving on to the third running back. Yes, the third running back, Scotty Phillips, the undrafted rookie that we picked up. You know, he reminds me about Arian Foster. He has the speed, he has the wiggle, he has the, the elusiveness to be a good running back. I want to see him here. Like, I want to give him some reps and see the type of running back that he could be on this Houston Texans team. Am I saying that he's going to start? No. Am I saying he's going to be, get on the field a lot? No. But I would like to see him get some PT on this Houston Texans team. And if David Johnson or Duke Johnson get injured, I like the fact, that we have a young running back who come in. Do I want the Houston Texans to sign another running back? Yes. Devontae Freeman is still out there. Who knows what he wants in terms of money, but I do like the fact that he could catch out the backfield. I mean, Kenneth the Messenger, my boy, he brought up Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch is probably just like a Carlos Hyde. But I do like these two running backs. If it's healthy, can really change this Houston Texans offense. But let me know what you guys think, guys. Do you like these two running back groups? Because in my opinion, this is probably one of the best talent we have in the backfield and in years. And I can't wait to see it happen. But as always, guys, thank y'all for the 1,000 subscribers, and y'all have a blessed day.